How's it going, you sexy beasts? Welcome back once again to another edition of Drathimus Gaming. Today is another episode of Earning My Wings, the series where I chronicle my way of learning how to fly. So in this episode, I've finally got a few upgrades. We got some decoy flares, we got the high G performance airframe, as well as nani auto repair. I've got 2 sets of reserve ammo for my delicious rotary, and the one thing I am working toward right now are those Hellfire rocket pods. Gonna help a lot with pounding those ground targets. So let's go ahead and jump into some actual gameplay. I tried doing some live commentary here and found out that I just went fully retarded once anything actually started to happen. So, finally get a scythe that's going to be engaging us over at the Rashnu Biolab. Not much. He just comes out of the way and hammer him out pretty quickly with the rotary. I do notice a Sunder over there, but can't quite engage them yet since I do not have any rocket pods. Over here we've got a Liberator flying over the Zervan amp station. Go ahead to go to engage him, but my friendly Galaxy is actually getting hammered by a scythe that comes in, and he makes it pretty quick and easy to just utterly destroy him with the power of the rotary. Now that Liberator did actually get away, which is all fine and dandy as long as my allied skies are clear. That's the main thing I'm focusing with this build, since I will be primarily engaging air targets, since I'm pretty much crappy at engaging ground targets. So we're still at Zervan. There's a lot more fighting going on right now. I actually get a lock, and I'm going, instead of popping flares, I actually use the environment to go ahead and disengage that rocket. And notice there's a scythe that's engaging my Galaxy once again, and I move into a system. The Galaxy brakes for a halt, and the scythe freaks out because I'm on his tail now and tries to go up and back down to destroy this Galaxy. Needless to say, Galaxies have a lot of health, and a scythe isn't going to take it out that quick. It gives me a pretty easy kill for battle rank 20. Aw yeah. So as we fly away from Zervan, we're over at the Broken Arch Road, and there's a ton of fighting going on, mainly on the ground. There is a little bit of air combat going on as we engage a Reaver, which don't know what he's doing, as he brakes for a halt to try to engage me as well as my wingmate. My wingmate breaks off, which just brings me down to this one-on-one fight, as well as this Mosquito re-engaging, and makes this pretty quick cleanup of a Reaver as he falls down burning and explodicates, giving me a critical kill assist. I do get locked pop flares, and I'm able to use the environment to give me some more cover. I do search around to see if I can find another target, and there is an enemy harasser, but like I've said earlier, I don't have rocket pods, so I can't quite engage it very well. I do a little bit of damage before breaking off because I'm getting another lock, which this one will more than likely inevitably hit, as it does, since my flares are on cooldown. A second lock does come in, and once again, try to use the environment to break the lock. I turn around, see if there's any enemies incoming, and make it a pretty easy land to repair. So here we are, once again flying over Broken Arch Road, and go to engage a Liberator. This is pretty risky for me since I don't have rocket pods, and the Rotary with a Liberator takes a lot of bullets to take him out. He does have a Dalton on his Liberator, which makes it extremely scary if you're caught at the belly of the gunship. One hit and you're out. I do get him smoking as he tries to run away, which is pretty interesting as he finally exposes his belly toward me. His gunner shoots and misses, and I'm able to take it out pretty well. A scythe does notice me in his airspace as I flip around to try to engage him, but I'm only down to about 3 magazines. He does a ton of damage to me as I do the same to him. He begins to break off. I will go ahead and give chase as I begin to fly him over his own amp station, which is very risky, so I go ahead and try to break off since I'm only down to 85 shots left. There are 2 sights in the area, and the previous one does turn to engage me. Since I'm pretty much dead here, I just try to turn around and take him out. We flip around, I got him smoking as I'm smoking as well. He begins to break off, and this is where I went ahead and should have broken off much sooner. I try to use the environment to my advantage once again, but I inevitably get destroyed. Sad, sad day. I essentially ran out of ammunition there, and there was not much else I could do. So after harassing some tanks over at the Regent Rock garrison, I engage a enemy Reaver who is using the air-to-air Tomcat missiles, which pretty much puts him at a massive disadvantage in a one-on-one dogfight. That whole time he was trying to lock on me, and once he finally does get that lock, I pop flares, and his whole time wasted while I was shooting him in the face just does nothing. I do get him smoking and he breaks off. There's a ton of enemies on the ground, which means I won't be able to engage very well, and I think he slams into a tree, which gives me the kill. I turn around, make sure nobody is engaging me, and I'm good. So over at the abandoned NS offices, an enemy scythe tries to engage my allied Mosquitoes, and this is where the fun begins. We fly through his tech plant, which once again is very risky since there's about 500 flak cannons on it, and all the noobs could be camping on it. I disengage, use the environment to break off of that flak that I was taking damage from, and find him once again down toward the south as he tries to break off and repair. I get him extremely low and realize that I'm overextending myself way too much, and I return back to my allies. I had gotten him really low, he couldn't have done anything. I'm really about half health right now, got a good amount of ammo, and just going to return back to my allies, and there is a kill. Presumably he tried to hop out and repair, but it probably just exploded in his face. Giggity. So we got a Reaver here that's trying to do a little bit of rocket potting on our allies. I cause him to freak out. He afterburns into a tree and pretty much kills himself. I'm taking a lot of damage from behind as there is a massive battle going on, and since I don't have rocket pods, my Mosquito is pretty worthless. I'm just using the environment to break line of sight of my enemies as I slowly return back to the Crossroads Watchtower. There are a ton of Reavers flying by that are just picking off my ground targets, so I decide to kind of fly by and try to help them out. I engage one Reaver as a second gets on my tail. I turn to fight him and slowly pick away at his health. We begin a double barrel roll with each other, and then I quickly realize I am highly outnumbered here. It is a 3-to-1 fight as I'm trying desperately to take at least one of them out. These three are picking me off. I know at least two of them are battle rank upwards of 50, and I think the other one is a newbie, so I'm not really doing well here. This Reaver and I both get caught in a roll, and I'm able to hit him a couple of times in the wing, but his ally is actually able to hit me a ton. With that guy going in the roll, he actually didn't know where he was and slams into a canyon, which gives me a kill, and I subsequently die because I was vastly outnumbered. A Mosquito was actually flying in to help engage and give me some assistance, but that was it. So there you go, you sexy beasts. I'm sorry that this wasn't live commentary, because when I did try the live commentary, it was utterly awful. I don't even want to show you guys it. So I hope this was actually alright. I hope it was somewhat of a vast improvement over the last episode that I have. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a big ass thumbs up. If you guys would like to see more videos like these, then go ahead and subscribe. It's free.